What is your definition of art? Is art about beauty, or is the concept behind the object more important? Today, let's first talk about conceptual art, where ideas take center stage and challenge traditional perceptions. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Conceptual art came into prominence during the 1960s. Unlike the art before, conceptual art doesn't fuss much about how pretty the final piece looks. Instead, it focuses on the underlying idea or concept that propels the artwork forward. Whereas most art focuses on how it looks, conceptual art prioritizes the exploration of profound thoughts and philosophical concepts. Sol LeWitt, a key figure in conceptual art, made a big impact with his essay called Paragraphs on Conceptual Art, which was published in 1967. In his essay, LeWitt highlighted the significance of ideas over making art, reshaping the artist's role into a deep thinker rather than just an artisan. Conceptual artists wanted to avoid the business side of art. They did this by placing more importance on the thinking process behind their artwork rather than the finished product. Instead of making sculptures or paintings that could be easily bought or sold, they often chose art forms that didn't result in physical objects. This made it tricky for their pieces to fit into traditional gallery settings, and disrupted the usual buying and selling of art. Conceptual art is all about ideas and concepts, unlike traditional art that focuses on physical objects. This approach challenges traditional art forms, encourages audience engagement, and covers a wide range of themes. When encountering conceptual artworks, it becomes clear they're different from traditional forms. Conceptual art embraces a wide variety of forms, including installations, performances, photographs, text, and more. It can be viewed as a response to the increasing commercialization of art, and the constraints imposed by traditional artistic education. One significant feature of conceptual art is its focus on using words and language as key tools for artistic expression. This has led to the creation of art that challenges traditional notions of visual aesthetics. Conceptual artists utilize text or language to convey their ideas, impart instructions, or challenge conventional thinking. Text-based art can take the form of manifestos, statements, or narrative pieces. Additionally, they use everyday words, phrases, and expressions in ways that break traditional language rules. This innovative use of language can create novel perspectives, and encourage critical thinking. As mentioned earlier, conceptual art gives more importance to the concept, changing how we think about art by showing that the idea or concept behind the artwork matters more than the physical object. In this context, the concept itself becomes art, and turning that concept into a physical object is considered a mere formality. Since aesthetics are not the main focus, some conceptual art adopts a minimalist style. This involves using simple and unembellished forms and structures. By stripping away aesthetic elements, conceptual art aims to diminish subjective interpretations based on visual appeal, ensuring that the audience's attention is primarily directed towards the intellectual aspects of the work. After exploring the core of conceptual art, what are your opinions on this form of art? Criticisms of conceptual art are quite common. Usually, we associate art with aesthetics. However, conceptual art introduces a fundamentally different idea. Lawrence Weiner summed up this idea about conceptual art when he said, "Once you know about a work of mine, you own it. There's no way I can climb inside somebody's head and remove it." This statement highlights the idea that conceptual art goes beyond physical object, mainly existing as an idea or concept that's closely connected to how the viewer interprets and understands it. In the past, Art mainly focused on tangible objects that were highly valued. But conceptual art changed this idea by prioritizing the communication of ideas and actions over physical objects. It often left minimal physical evidence behind. These ideas expanded the field of what could be considered a work of art. Some critics and viewers may find it difficult to understand or enjoy conceptual art. Its departure from traditional visual appeal, like the absence of recognizable objects or technically skilled artworks, can make some feel disconnected from the artwork. Moreover, conceptual art challenges conventional notions of art and the artist's role, which may unsettle those who value skillfulness and traditional art forms. Because it often looks simple, some may perceive conceptual art as lazy, and question whether it demands the same level of artistic skill and effort as more traditional art forms. For many conceptual artists, understanding their work fully requires additional documentation, like photos, text, or displayed objects. These additional materials play a crucial role in explaining the underlying concepts and ideas within the artwork. However, there is a debate among critics and enthusiasts about the importance of these additional materials. Some argue that these supporting materials are not the art itself, but rather manifestations of it. How about you? What are your thoughts on conceptual art? Feel free to share your opinion with us. The description box also provides an article about conceptual art. Click the link if you want to learn more about it. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time.